day, we're getting showered after training one day, and we're drying off, and I just picking his brains, and I just said to him, you know, about man management, what is it about? And he just said, Kev, listen, he says, as much as you don't want to, he says, you have to love every player in your squad. And he says, I know it's very difficult because some players will have an attitude, some players will have egos, and that might not sit well with you because that's not the way you were built. But he said, ultimately, if you want to get the best out of those players, you have to love everyone. You have to find out. You have to find out about them as an individual, what makes them tick, their lifestyle, their family, you know, and it just give them a little bit, make them feel wanted and give them love. And for me, that was really, you know, that struck a chord, and I thought he's right, because when I think back to when I was a player, there's some managers who wouldn't talk to you, and you just thought, I don't really want to play for you. But then you get other managers would want to know everything about it, and you just think, you know, if he leaves me out on Saturday, yes, I'm disappointed, but he cares. And that's for me is the biggest thing, caring about your players.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, very good. Because I guess even if someone does give you a bollocking or whatever, if you know they care about you, you'll take it in a good way still, and you won't be hurt by it.
Yeah. And I think that's, you know, I think that is really true. You know, it's hard to dislike someone when you know that they do actually care about you. And you know, I have played under managers that try to do that, but you can see through them. You know, they don't really want to. But for me, it's actually, you know, for me, it's crucial to be able to build a relationship with a player, so that, you know, when you do have to leave them out, or for whatever reason they're not happy, but they accept your decision, they respect your decision, and then they go away and train harder, work harder to try and get back into your team.
And it doesn't seem like you're a person with a big ego anyway, but I guess as a manager, you'd have to drop your ego then to be like that, to care, because we don't naturally like everyone, do we? So some we won't warm to.
Of course, yes, it's natural, isn't it? You know, that's part and parcel of life. But you know, for me, I just don't see what's the point in having an ego, you know, in this profession. Especially, you know, my career is done and dusted, you know, and I'd like to think I didn't have an ego as a player. I just enjoyed working hard, enjoyed what came with being successful, and that was it. You know, enjoyed my family life and was very quiet. But, you know, for me, coming into management now, the last thing I would want to bring in is an ego. Hence why I said earlier, I very rarely would go when I did this, because players would just go, okay, boring. You know, we're not in the 1990s or the 2000s now. You know, time's moved on. So, you know, it's very, again, I relate back to my career's done. I care about my players now and their careers moving forwards. And if they can pick my brains and my career can help their career, then I'm happy to do that. So ultimately, you know, my devotion is towards the players and their careers.